As the world went into lockdown a year ago, the workforce of AstraZeneca got news that some at the British-Swedish pharmaceutical giant considered deflating. With a global public health crisis raging in March 2020, AstraZeneca issued a press release announcing it would be donating masks to support healthcare workers. For some employees, who believed they worked for one of the most dynamic companies in the sector, the mask gesture seemed relatively inconsequential compared to the vaccine efforts taking place at companies like Pfizer and Moderna. What happened next surprised nobody at AstraZeneca. Within weeks, the company's hard-charging CEO, Pascal Soriot, inserted the company into the front of the race to supply a game-changing vaccine. AstraZeneca struck a deal with the University of Oxford in April 2020 to develop a cutting-edge vaccine, and Soriot committed that AstraZeneca would distribute 3 billion doses to the world for no profit during the pandemic. A year later, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is mired in politics and doubt. European leaders are simultaneously blaming AstraZeneca for conducting a sloppy and slow vaccination drive, while also this week suspending the administration of the vaccine due to fears it causes blood clots and low platelet counts. The negative publicity around the AstraZeneca vaccine threatens to undermine the public health hopes of Europe, which materially trails the US and the UK in vaccinations, and disrupt Soriot's otherwise impeccable run at the top of AstraZeneca. French Industry Minister Agnès Pannier-Runacher was blunt this week. Soriot is in the hot seat and he knows it. At AstraZeneca, the controversies over the public perception of its vaccine have caused mounting frustration. Soriot has been working feverishly to solve these issues from his base in Australia, his adopted home where he has hunkered down for the last few months. Amid the controversy, the man in charge of managing AstraZeneca's image and relationships with governments, Global Affairs Chief Rich Buckley, is leaving the company after 16 years. Buckley told Forbes his departure had nothing to do with issues surrounding the vaccine. In the stock market, AstraZeneca's shares have tumbled by 19% since the highs of last summer. On Thursday, the European Medicines Agency said expert analysis showed the AstraZeneca vaccine is safe and effective, and did not increase the risk of blood clots. Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Portugal and the Netherlands said they would resume vaccinating their populations. With the vaccine, I think they got in over their heads. They probably didn't realize the politics behind it, and they are not a vaccine company, says Andrew Berens, a biopharma analyst at SVB Leerink. They felt a moral obligation to help the Oxford UK technology. Obviously it turned into a huge political issue and somewhat of a PR blemish on a company with a very good track record.